Hey, everybody. Happy Tuesday. It is now our interview day with an amazing baiter. We will introduce him shortly. But first, I've got to bring up my wonderful and fun co host. So, again, happy Tuesday. And let's bring up first the sweet sister of mine and one who is just gung ho with everything and just doing an awesome job. So she's kicking ass. And so anyway, I'm gonna bring up my sister Katie A. Hello, Katie A.
Hey,
Hey.
I'm kicking ass and chewing bubblegum and all my welcome.
That's right. I should have said that. And chewing bubble gum. I think it's great. You're doing an awesome job. So let's bring our other co-host, Scamflix, who is amazing baiter and lots of fun. And you never know what's going to come out of his mouth. But he is a handsome dude, and he needs to remember that. And he's a great video editor. So if you need someone to do some video editing, he does a great job for Team SDS. He kicks ass in that too. And let's bring him up. Hello, Scamflix.
Hello, Flix.
Hi.
Hello. There, you're okay.
Hello.
Hello. How are
I'm
you,
sorry.
sir?
There's a kitty running underneath. One of my
Oh,
kitties is running underneath. Yeah,
yes.
its name's Peanut.
Well, Peanut, tell him hello and give him some love for us. And as you can see, Scamflix has got a new look
Well,
tonight.
that we
That's
found this next guest because wanted to.
you're cutting out.
He wanted to.
Oh,
Oh man, Scamflix, you're cutting out.
your internet sucks.
I know. How dare he? Well, it's just yeah, some days it works better than others. But again, welcome to those who are
How's
here.
that?
Ah,
Is that better?
finally. Hey, Whiskey Scambaiter. Hello. And
Okay.
I know that right
The eyes. That's what it is.
yes. And again, we have Hatch who is live right now. So again, please don't hesitate to watch him. You can actually do a duel. Um and I can't remember how he does it, but Hatch knows it, and I'll have to get that little link from him. But you can actually watch two people and at the same time and even see the chat. It's really cool. But let's go ahead and introduce our wonderful man who is a Twitter baiter, just like Hatch is. And we're going to find out who. Oh, thank you, Hatch. I appreciate that. Um, yes, we need to do that with the multi Twitch. And yes, Nick, we won't forget the cream filling for
Nick.
sure.
Nick.
Nick,
If you need to
hey,
use my
buddy.
toilet, I got it. I got it right over here for you. It's in my shed. It's in our man cave that we planned out. I mean, I got the bunk beds too.
Yes.
So Nick,
Yeah.
anytime you want to come hang out, buddy,
Oh,
the shit is
anytime.
ready for you.
Yes,
Yeah.
I won't
anytime.
look.
Just
I'll put a
always
sheet
keep
up. I'll put a sheet up or something.
I know, Whiskey. How in the F does he do that? I don't know. He is great at multitasking. And then trying to do Twitter baiting. So but let's bring up Steely, who does Twitter baiting, and he is now showing himself on stream now, which is really cool. So he has his own stream, he has his own Discord. So he's like really pumping up. So let's go ahead and let's bring up Steely. Hello,
Hello,
Steely. Welcome.
hello.
Oh,
Welcome.
welcome,
and
welcome,
he
welcome.
was the last guest to my shed, and
Oh, he
he
was.
did use
Okay.
and how did you feel about the uh how did you feel about the toilet? Did it service you okay or
The toilet seemed fine.
it flush
Hopefully
all
it
right?
was.
Well, if Ricky turned off the water, then I mean it's not on me. Sometimes he steals water from the trailer next to him, and so
Oh,
if it doesn't flush, it's because you know how Ricky is.
Yeah,
he
Ricky's crazy.
definitely. Hey, yes, he is. But also, thank you for joining us, Nick Knack, Pecan, and of course, Hatch, who is streaming right now. He's multitasking. He's able to do
Oh,
both.
Khan's here?
Yeah, Pecan's here.
Oh,
Ooh.
Yeah. So
I
anyway,
did brush it and I washed it.
oh,
Okay.
good. I
You should
know. I
you
mean,
should see my pubes.
do
There
they
are
match?
none. There are none.
So I
It's
guess
hardwood floors. All right.
yes. Well, at least hopefully everything matches and they're
Well, it
shaved.
doesn't because it's shaved down there and then gets stuff up here, and it
Mhm.
doesn't match, Amanda.
Well, that's all right. You know,
Why you gotta
it's
throw me
okay.
on the bus like that?
Well, I'm not throwing you on the bus because, you're
You guys don't
handsome
You
dude.
guys don't care if I take a poop on stream, right? When
No,
my toilet's right there.
I think you need to mute before you do that. So,
I can mute. That's fine, but the video is gonna stay on.
hey, lung fleas, are you
Lung
trying to
in
be
the house.
Bubbles?
Well, I can't do the voice. I haven't watched it in so long, but yeah, this is Bubbles Shed and Bubbles glasses.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, tiny bubbles in his beard. Anyways, thank you guys for joining us. And so let's go ahead and start with Steely. Steely, do you want to kind of talk about a little bit about your history? Who got you into scam baiting? Like, what made you start?
So before I even get the scam baiting, I had to go to a community that I was in before, which eventually got me towards the scam baiting part. So I started off with on YouTube and all that stuff before I moved to Twitch. I was on YouTube for about 2-3 years, until eventually the person I was watching at the time said, "Hey, go follow me on Twitch." And at the time, I was in the same community as Hatch was, Supercard. So yep, I come from the same community as Hatch. I came from the Supercard community. So I eventually started being on Twitch a lot more, and that's where I eventually found Hatch. But 2 years ago, back in 2020 or 2021, I don't remember anymore.
Oh, okay.
I just know it's been 2 years, a little over 2 years actually, because I stayed with him for the whole 2 years, and eventually he flipped over to scam baiting. At the time, it's been 8-10 years since I've seen anything about scam baiting. I don't remember what the first scam bait video I watched was. I remember I watched them a long time ago. I just didn't really recognize it at the time. So after about 2 weeks or a month, I'm like, it don't seem that difficult. So I said, let me poke my finger into this a little bit, see if I can do it. So I started poking around slowly but surely, trying to. Yeah, that's how I got to Twitter bait. I basically just watched what Hatch did, kind of took ideas from other streamers, trying to combine something for myself and make it my own. That's how I got into baiting.
Okay. That's cool. That way it helps how you got started. I love that. And okay. A little thing's not working from Streamlabs. I don't know why it's not working. But anyways, so basically you kind of like you came from that era, and then you started with Hatch, and you kind of So basically, you would say that the person who gave you the tools and tricks and things like that, that basically you would say Hatch is kind of the main source that
Yep.
got you interested into scam baiting, right?
Yep. Without Hash, I would be scam baiting.
See,
I'll
that's
put it
cool.
that way.
That's cool. And what kind of, because we will all watch Hatch,
Yeah.
but again, what got you interested into the Twitter baiting and not into like the other kind, like
Phone calls.
like with the phone calls and things
Yeah.
like that? What is it? Just because you're just not really a social person that talks on the phone, or is it just you felt more comfortable doing the Twitter baits?
To be honest with myself, I feel like in text-based things, I'm more expression based. I can
Mm-hmm.
feel like I can express myself a little bit better, if not a lot better, through a message than through the way I talk it out. And that's kind of what pushed me towards Twitter baiting and other social media baitings in
Mm-hmm.
general. That I feel like I can express myself a lot more through text based and phone call based.
Okay. And I understand that. Not everyone is a talker. Not everyone does the Twitter, but you do Twitter. And then what other social medias do you like to do?
So right now, of course, I have my Twitter set up, and I do have three other social media set up. I have, of course, Instagram, which is the second one I have the most experience in. Is Instagram. Twitter is my most experience, and I've just recently made a Facebook and Snapchat account
Hmm.
for scam baiting, which I'm hopefully going to start learning a lot more within the coming year.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Okay. So that's kind of cool that you're able to do all that. And then, um, but again, what kind of drawn you to scam baiting? Like, were you in a situation that you got um, scammed, or are you just a type of person that's always been kind of like an advocate and wanted to make sure that no one else um, gets scammed, or um, you know hopefully I'm kind of answering that question correctly.
Yeah,
um, Hopefully you know what I'm kind of getting into.
yeah. I understand what you're trying to get at. So,
Yeah.
what kind of drew me to scam baiting and just
Mhm.
I've been through a lot of issues myself, financial issues since
Mhm.
I've lived with my grandparents for the longest time, and since they're both on Social Security, it don't pay well worth
Okay.
a crap. So we've always
Right.
been in a financial trouble, poverty line based stuff. So I know how it feels to be right down on place to live. Can you make it through the month? I've dealt with that for quite a few years, and it and deep inside, I don't want anybody else to feel directly like that. And
Mhm.
what eventually pushed me towards, I don't want to see this happen to younger people who just start off their lives and just lost so many earnings, and older people who have savings for years and upon years are like, what is they going to do? Rely on Social Security? Don't pay nothing.
Mhm. No, I understand. But again, I think it's great that you are helping your family out, and then also helping out reporting. And so, when you started the Twitter, when did you actually like start doing that officially? I mean, I know you've been online on Twitch just here recently. You just
Yeah,
started what in January, and
yeah.
then, but when did you start reporting, and how do you actually report? I know Hatch has kind of told us, but what do you do?
So I've been scam baiting, I would say, the correct way for about 2.5, 3 months, because you have to say that first 2 weeks or month I wasn't really doing it correctly. I was unexperienced still, because
Mm.
it's a pretty much a brand new thing. So baiting for full months, correctly baiting for probably about 2.5 months, and then streaming for about 3 weeks now. So with reporting people on Twitter, it's based off if you see them directly say a fee. So
Mhm.
sometimes you know get a screenshot and it says the fee. That's when I ask the question, why the fee? Or how much is the fee? Because I can't see it. Just so they will bluntly out say it in a message how much the fee is or why the fee. Because that's another reassurance that yes, they said it, so now I can report. So report on
Mhm.
Twitter. Of course, you go to the three dots on the profile, all the way on the right side. You go
Mhm.
all the way down to report, start report, everyone on Twitter, offer tips for currency, tricking other people to send tips, currency, and financial information. Yes, continue. And add
Mhm.
additional information such as asking people to asking a fee to receive money, submit, and done. And that's how you report someone on Twitter. And usually, the way you do that usually takes about at most a week, two
Mhm.
weeks for it to happen. There have been some outliers over the last couple of months, maybe a couple of weeks, but it's usually within the 1 or 2 week range.
So that's good. Yeah, because actually, when I reported something that was more of a threat, they actually did send me something saying your report has been read, and I thought that was great.
Yeah,
Um, but again, that was on a threat type situation. But on the Twitter, even though I've reported them, I haven't seen anything yet, and I wish we had. Um, of course, I know that we can go back, and that's a good thing. Like Hatch is really good about going back to checking and using the red dots. Are you using kind of the same thing? Like, do you go back and check to see if the account has been suspended or, um, it's no longer available? Those kind of things. What's kind of
um, yes, I do. I actually use a Google Sheet just like Hash does.
that's cool. That's cool. KDA, Scambait, I don't want to take away from any questions you're kind of thinking of.
Um. Sorry.
No, I know you're tired. You
So
worked hard today.
yes. Steely, how many followers do you have so far?
164.
164. Wow.
Yeah. And just in less than a month, he's done that. And that's kind of the cool thing. I'm glad you asked that, KDA, because now that he has 168, there is a bet that he and Dex has. And I think that's really cool. So, what I'd have to go back and look at your Discord,
I can
but
actually,
um,
I can actually say because I actually remember it in full.
yes. Okay, good. So, what? Okay, I know that after 150, he has to do like eat more of the candy bar that's hot, hot
Yeah,
very
you gotta be able to.
spicy.
So it first started out as me doing my own challenge for myself, and how that's how it all started. I started off with the idea with 100 followers for a 12-hour stream, which is going to happen this Saturday. So this is what Dex comes into play. So he decided to put up the challenge for me to hit 125, 150, and 250. For 125 followers, he would eat one section of the Godzilla Carolina Reaper chocolate bar.
Oh
Yeah,
wow.
yes, it has Carolina Reaper in it. For 150, he'll drink a nasty drink with one section of the chocolate bar
Mhm.
as Darlene, and for 250 followers, he would eat the whole Godzilla Carolina Reaper chocolate bar, which is a half a pound. Drink a nasty drink of my choice as Darlene.
Oh, I like that.
So 86 followers away, and he has to eat the whole thing.
So how did this all kind of come about? How did you, was it Dex that came to you or was it you?
To be honest, it kind of was like a combined thing. Technically, the way it happened. So both me and him were streaming. I just ended my stream and ended up raiding Dex after I was finished streaming.
Mhm.
So I basically told Dex that I was on my challenge to see if I get to 100 followers by February
Mhm.
15th. So he decides to put up an extra challenge for 125.
Ah.
And then the chat kept on pushing it. It went to 150. And then eventually, between me, Dex, and the chat, it then went up to 250. So due to me rating Dex
Mhm.
and have my own goal for myself, kind of made him add upon it.
That's cool. I think that's really cool. Because when I saw you put it on your server, which again, he does have a Discord server, and let's put that link up there right now. And that way, you guys are welcome to join it. And he will advise of when he's baiting, all sorts of stuff. And I'm going to put the one um, that expires. So let me get that in there. And you're welcome, Dex. I see Scamflix is playing with all the filters. All right, so here is his. Okay, there's the Discord, and again, I think you're actually right. Um, Big shout out to Dex. That's true. He has helped out so many new scam baiters. He really helped me a lot with some tips and tricks. He's always supportive of everyone. That is very true. So a big shout out again to Dex. Big shout out to Hatch. And again, Steely, you're, coming a long ways just in a short amount of time. Um, and that's one thing that with using Twitter, Facebook, and those kind of things, you only need basically a computer or a phone.
Yep.
And, but again, you kind of have to have a character, just like we were talking about the other day, a little bit about character development. And so, do you use like one character or have you built up different characters right now?
I have built up, let's see, 4 different characters in total right now.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
That's cool.
So it's pretty much there's a brother and sister duo, and there's a father and son duo.
Mm, okay. And I think that's awesome. So that way you can kind of do either, it'll be easier. And you keep track of course, who you're talking to,
Yep.
um, all that kind of stuff. And because I know you're very fast on your phone.
Yep. I got some feedback from Sins about me going quite quite fast, so I started slowing myself down a little bit with that feedback.
Yes, yes. Thank you for doing that because it did go a little too fast for some of us who have
Yeah.
um, issues with motion or fast pacing things. So again, thank you for doing that.
It's like I don't make the community makes me.
Yeah. And that's true. That's true. And I think it's good to get some good positive and negative feedback that way you can make some changes. And so now that you started, because I knew originally you were thinking about starting in February, but you're like, no, I'm going to start in January. What
Yeah.
are some of your goals this year?
So of course the one thing I've already talked about is, of course, scam baiting on all full main social medias: Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat. That's one goal. The second goal, which is bringing up my own website eventually, should be coming out within mid-February.
Mm-hmm.
And then through help with Dex a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
I should be able to kind of master the idea with fake screenshots with bank cords and Zelle.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So we have bank cords, Zelle, and Cash App fake screens.
Mm-hmm.
So and then eventually move from advanced fee scams getting to a lot more recovery scams, trying to, because advanced fees, they're easy to shut down. And what's really sort of become one of the bigger problems is the recovery scams.
Mm-hmm.
Feel like, because we're already pushing off a lot of advanced fee scams from Twitter. So what are the other types of scams, like the recovery scams and product non-delivery? Those scams
Mm-hmm.
are starting to not grow but be more prevalent in
Mm-hmm.
Twitter due to the decrease in advanced fee
We've seen
scammers who
before.
decide to leave the scam bait, not scam bait,
Mm-hmm.
Twitter, and move more into Instagram and Facebook, where they're least well little less likely to be shut down, because
Mm-hmm.
they don't get shut down that easily because they're controlled, where their terms of service is controlled by a different company.
Okay. Yeah, because a lot of them that you're hitting are in Nigeria
Yep.
and basically mostly in Africa. Isn't that correct?
Yeah,
Um,
mostly Africa. I don't think I've seen an Indian one, but I probably ran into an Indian one from time to time. But those are mostly
mm,
phone call scams. There's
right.
probably some that does social media, but it's probably not a lot.
And so after, do you go ahead and like once you get some information, do you go ahead and report to anybody so that way, or are you just kind of waiting until you kind of learn a little bit more, and then once you get the bank accounts and the Zelle accounts, are you going to report to someone in Nigeria? Um, is that kind of your plan to where hopefully we can try to get those scammers to quit scamming? Or are you trying to like maybe ever convert a scammer like we've seen some scam baiters do before, which is great. Um, I mean, is that kind of something that you would like to do as well?
Hmm. Converting a scammer is one thing which you can't really trust on Twitter, since
Right.
scammers are kind of getting a little more smarter now. Like,
Hmm.
directly
Mm-hmm.
Pacific one, Bobby Dave. If anybody knows who that is, that person actually almost tricked me, but all he got from me was a phone number.
Oh, okay.
He was tricking me, thinking he was getting abused by his older brother. His older brother was making the money, and he was being forced to do this.
Mm.
And that experience has kind of made me, I don't really trust what you're saying anymore. So me converting a scammer is less likely. I'm
Mhm.
probably more likely to be the one to report them to Nigeria than to actually try to convert them.
Okay.
Which
Okay.
is
Which
directly to report somebody to Nigeria, you have to contact the EFCC to be direct.
mhm. No, and that's good that you know all these. Um, all right. Scambait, well, Scamflix with your red eyes. I looked at it and I was like, oh, he's got the demon
I just want
eyes.
to make sure. Well, no, it's just to make sure everyone knows that I've been, some of the devil's lettuce. So it's not
Oh, okay.
demonized, but it's devil eyes.
No, I just noticed that it was like really. Um,
So, like, overall, like, what do you stream on, Steely? Like, what's your favorite calls? Like, I don't know. I was messing around with the settings for a while there because I kept freezing, so I kind of missed a lot of it. But like, what's your favorite call to do? Like, what's your calls to do? If you don't mind,
Yeah,
like,
break it
if
up
you
there.
didn't answer that already, sorry. I'm breaking up too. Fuck.
You was breaking
yeah.
up a
Right,
little
hold
bit
on.
in the middle of that.
Basically, he didn't realize that you're using
How's that?
Twitch. Yeah. That, he streams on Twitch. He doesn't do YouTube or
That's
anything
better
like
though.
Well,
that.
at least not yet.
Mhm. Right.
Okay.
And you can, I mean, you can
All
do
right.
both if you
And
want to. Or just like Laws, he
right.
he has his own web page now, but then also he's doing YouTube as well. And so, I mean, there's so
Yeah,
many social media platforms that you can use.
like
It's
Exactly.
totally
Yeah.
understandable.
There's
like
a lot.
Right.
like it's ridiculous how many social media platforms there is nowadays.
Yeah, it's
Mhm.
awesome. Well, it's a good thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's a good thing. You,
Mhm.
you get
I
you get
mean,
yourself out there a little bit more. But
definitely.
do you do any like you know you partner up or do any collabs with anyone or?
I haven't yet, but I'm thinking about maybe doing a collab with Dex.
Oh, that would be
Me,
That
epic.
would be cool.
me,
That would be
Dex,
really.
you should do one with Dex and Lung Fleas because she's hysterical, dude.
Oh my
Oh my
gosh.
god, she'd be
Yes.
the closer. I would call Lung
Yes.
Fleas the closer because she is so funny, dude. And like when she'll just be direct and funny. So I would call
Mhm.
like my name for Lung Fleas is the closer. For now on out, I'm gonna just call her the
I
closer.
agree.
Because
And
she just
then
doesn't care. She's just like, yeah, you're gonna line up for the glory hole. I'm like, that was awesome. That was awesome. Like, yeah, if you said that at first,
yes.
the call would be over. But that's why you go with the finisher because she's just like, she knows what's up. She knows how to make us laugh.
Mhm.
Like, so she's like, connected to my funny bone. So
Yes. She is absolute, and I love the fact that she's on Dex, but since she doesn't want to show her face, they made a anime kind of well, not anime because it looks really real, but
it
then
does.
I love it how it has fire on the bottom. And well, it's not fire, but it's her volume control. And I love when you can see it because it's like she's getting louder and louder. And
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
but it's just yes, I totally agree. If Steely, if you could get both of them, I totally agree.
That would be an epic. Like
They're
just do a couple calls and cut them
yes,
together, and man, you'd make something
right.
epic.
Or
yeah,
even
because
if you just need something to write. I mean, like if you're doing a Twitter bait or on your
Oh,
Instagram
they're pretty good. Dex and Lungfleas are pretty good with like going along
words.
with the flow.
Yes.
So like if you just like said what you were gonna do, they'll
Mhm.
just be able to just go with the flow with it. They can improv that whole
Oh,
situation.
definitely. I mean, have them on and they can say it's like, okay, tell them this, tell them that. And oh my gosh, yeah,
It,
you got to have Dex. And then, like you said, Mary, I mean,
uh,
Mary. I just butchered
well,
Mary's name.
Mary is
Sorry.
never bad to include. But I just
Yes.
have to say, like, I'm clearly not haven't been drinking too much. I'm completing
Oh
my
no,
sentences.
neither.
This is
No,
bad.
no.
This
I
is
was looking at
bad.
Mary's name, but again, Scamflix. You're absolutely right. I think those two teaming up with Steely would be great. And then if you need someone to insult them in a very nice tone, that is like a mother figure.
Matt. Well,
And
no. Oh, yeah. Well, I'm
Mary,
trying to talk to you.
I'm
Steely,
yeah.
I'm talking now.
Yes, I'm
I'm
talking.
talking.
I need to answer your question. I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
yeah,
You don't
Mary
even
is
want to know.
awesome. So
I'll put you
again,
down.
we have so many people, and then we know that Nick can rage. Nick can rage, but again, because that's who I want to hear. And then you might want to get with Tagao as well. Like if you want someone to rage or get the rager, talk to Tagao. I mean, there's so many different people that you can team up with, and that's the great thing about getting all these different baiters together and then working together in different styles of baiting.
Eh,
I mean, like me, I like to talk,
Well,
and
once
we know
again,
Scanflix loves to talk.
I hate talking, honestly. And if you take my Mary away from me, I'm gonna be upset. You can you can hang out with her here and there, but if you end up being better than me and she ends up going with you, we're gonna have
Okay,
a
so
problem.
I can have her as a friend, and we can be like the sisters, and that share, recipes and.
I'll fight for you, Mary. You know that.
Okay, yes, and I
You
just
can't
want her as
speak
a
it.
friend, and hey, Care Bear,
Yeah, bear.
um,
In his house.
yay!
And hey, Shorty, I didn't get to say hi to you earlier. And Whiskey.
I know, Shorty. I mean, we have so many people that we need to say hello to.
Oh my gosh! What do you wake up?
Wow,
Wait,
a
did that
10.
come from the pits of hell?
Yeah, that was. I would say
Oh,
that's a
I was
10.
holding that for a while. I just couldn't mute myself in time.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Wildflower, hello. Thank you for
It sounded
joining.
like a demon rising, didn't it?
It
With
did.
the red eyes and
Oh my gosh, yes. I mean, holy
Steely,
cow.
I didn't mean to scare you, bud.
No,
You did scare me.
He's like, fuck this.
yeah, I'm leaving. Um,
I'm out.
but all
This
right.
fucking guy.
So I mean him do better. Again, okay, so Steely, we kind of know a little bit about your past. And like what's going on with your present, a little bit about your future, but just as a whole, where do you see are you going to stay as a Twitter baiter? I mean, do you ever think you might branch out into, since Dex is helping you, do you think you might help into the phone calls, anything like that? Or do you think that no, I'm just going to stay where I'm going to stay?
So me staying a Twitter baiter is 100% a not happening. I'm not staying just a Twitter baiter. Slowly but surely becoming Twitter and Instagram, then
Mm-hmm.
adding Facebook, adding Snapchat, and what I've said in the last not the last stream, but I think 2
Mm-hmm.
streams ago, I actually did one call to a scammer. It was actually quite funny because I heard his Nigerian friend laughing in the background. I was like,
Oh.
yeah, he was talking. I heard his Nigerian friend that's laughing his damn ass off in the background. I'm like, I'm over here. I couldn't keep myself from laughing.
That's
So
awesome.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I'd say within the next year or 2 years, I become more not a Twitter scam baiter or a social media scam baiter, but a variety scam baiter.
Nice.
That's
I like to hear
cool.
that.
That
That's
is
what I like to
cool.
hear. Well, you got to
Well,
adapt, man.
mhm.
Adapt to die is what they say, man.
Yeah.
Right, because
Because
we
you
can't.
don't think scam betting's gonna adapt? Like, of course it's gonna adapt. You're gonna have
Yeah, it's
to
going to that.
go with it, man. You gotta go
No,
with it.
no. I
No,
think
That's
think
right on the nose. I'm glad to hear
yes.
that because
Me too.
one of the few people I've heard say that. But yeah,
Me too, because I don't think any of
adapted
us need to
that.
be complacent. You know,
No,
that's the
and they're
biggest
gonna
thing. You
learn
know,
they're gonna learn our tricks as we learn their tricks, and then it's gonna
Mhm.
go on and then
It's like evolution. It's like who's gonna
evolution.
beat
Yeah,
who?
exactly.
Right. No, and I
Exactly.
think
You
that's
evolve,
really cool.
adapt, and evolve.
Hmm. No, I think overall that's a good answer. You know, and but is there anything else that we and actually chat? You guys are more than welcome to.
I thought we were gonna be able to see him on camera tonight. You said
Um,
something, and
well,
then
if they want to
I'm
come
sitting
on,
here left with my dick in my hand, and
well, hey, you know, if you want to bust a nut tonight, I think
well,
it
obviously
probably
I
won't be
can't
here.
because you lied to me.
Well, I didn't lie to you. You didn't ask that.
You said it to me. I didn't have to ask.
Well, we'll just put it this way: if anyone does want to come on, I can send you all the link to join us, and that way you're able to verbally ask a question. I will not put it out in public because of, as you know, the December incident. So, um, you know, again, if you want to, or just ask in chat, you're more than welcome, and we'll go from there. But still, it's just I want to make sure we answer like the who, what. Let's see, who we definitely answered that because it was Hatch.
Hatch.
The what is because of wrestling and
What
the game.
side? What side does it bend to? Like
Yeah,
what side do you dress to? You don't have to know
right.
what side it bends to. Just
Yeah,
what side do you dress? You
yeah,
know, like what side do you dress to? When you go to the tailor, when they ask you, you dress left to the left or to the right.
yeah.
I'm
No,
just asking, like, which one do you say?
right. And like the win. I mean, we know
See, he
that.
won't say. I fucking
I
know.
know he
He's
won't.
embarrassed. I don't know why he's so embarrassed. I dress to the
He's
right. It's not a big
well, good.
deal.
I'm glad you do. And this is a sweet gesture, like Shorty said. I have
I'm
seen
glad.
them
Yeah, I do.
evolve
It
since I
doesn't make
started
a
skating.
difference. You don't understand. You're not a guy. That means
No,
yeah,
but
I'm glad.
sometimes you have to adjust. I mean, I've seen my husband. So,
Mary, oh, am I embarrassing you again?
you probably.
She's probably gonna pull me out of this chat because Steely is not answering my questions and making me seem like
Well,
I'm a jerk. I'm gonna get in trouble with my online wife, and I hope you're happy because
yes.
all happens is
Mary is.
there's no nookie going on. There's just complaining, and
Oh, Scamflix, you are one of a kind, let me tell you. And Mary's the lucky girl to have you. And if he is getting in trouble, you just let me know and I'll handle that situation
oh jeez.
promptly. But again, with you know, Steely, we've asked her the who, what, when. Um, and originally, like we said, you were supposed to start in February, but you were just
Yeah.
super excited, which I don't blame you. I really don't. So it's great that you've started early and with the subscribers that you already have, and you've already made affiliate, which is awesome. So again, congratulations to you for making affiliate in a very quick amount of time because you were just already like streaming, and then you just had your long stream just the other day. And how did
Which won't even be my longest stream in a little bit.
yeah, which you know, how did you feel after that? I mean, were you just worn out after? Because you said you were going to do 8 hours, and that's a long time. I mean,
That was an 8-hour stream, but get prepared Saturday at 12 hours.
wow. How do you do it? How do you do it?
The way I do it is just simply prepare. That's the only thing you can do is prepare. So I already have multiple snacks and multiple drinks that's
Were you talking
ready to go.
about piss bottles, you know, like the hydrating packets. You know what I mean? That's got all the. I'm just saying, like, are you fully prepared?
Oh, I'm fully prepared.
And
All
that's
right,
good.
that's how
I
you
mean,
do
'cause
it.
you gotta
Okay,
take break. Well, I mean,
with
there
the
are some times that
electrolytes and stuff like that you need.
Mhm.
I'm sorry, man. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, no, you're fine.
I thought of the word, and because I'm a little slow right now. Sorry, Steely Dan. I got 2 crowns put in. I had to take a couple
Um,
Vicodin today,
don't
so I'm
sweat
a
it.
little
So
loopy.
now he's a
I'm a
now he's
little loopy.
he's
Yeah.
the king of the castle.
It's legal. It's legally loopy. Not
But yeah,
drinking with
for
it,
that,
but well, it's
for that,
legal too. It's just on me. But yeah, it's all
Yeah.
right.
But again, I think it's like important, like you said, get prepared, get your snacks, get everything going. So I do agree with what Scamflix said. And
What I say?
again,
yeah, and for that 12-hour stream, I'm taking Friday off. I'm relaxing Friday, so I
mhm.
can just go all out Saturday.
Nice. Oh, yeah.
So
All
I
right.
mean, and I think that's awesome.
I got a few questions.
Okay, and I have a couple more. And then if anyone else in the chat
They're
wants
not
to,
about me, are they?
no,
Steely.
no, tonight's about Steely.
No.
Tonight is
Steely
about
got the
Steely.
joke though because I'm all fucked
Yes,
up. No,
of
he got the
course.
joke. Yeah. But anyway, see, other than scam bidding and whatnot, you like fishing, hunting, what? I love fishing. I love fishing.
Hmm.
Yeah. Well, I'm asking him. You can say all you want, man. But he's got to answer.
Yeah,
So
and we can ask you about your logo here in a second.
Oh
yeah,
yeah, and I
Because
want
I
to
asked you
see
about that
who you're
earlier. Yeah.
dating, and if I could slide into DMs if you didn't mind.
so the other thing that goes into except scam baiting is, first of all, I'm a big animal nerd, so anything animal related, I'm really into. I'm also nerdy where I've been in the hobby of chess for 13 years, so I know my way around the chessboard.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh damn, you could. Yeah, I was really into it for a while. Like I have a marble chess set, and like I was reading all sorts of books, and then 6-7 years passed, and a lot of this was happening, and now I can't even remember opening moves. It's pretty sad. Like
Yeah.
that's how sad. I have like books just on defense that I read, and I can't even remember a freaking opening move. Like. But no, that's cool. I'm
Mhm.
gonna hit you up and we could play together as long as you just go easy on me and be like, dude, you could, you just help me, because I love
Yeah,
that
because you
game.
can play that with Nitro. You
I
can do that.
memorized
Yeah.
everything from the damn Groovefeld to the Carl Khan to the Vienna to the Lupes to whatever.
Oh
Mhm.
man, no, I'd definitely like to play with you though. That'd be fun.
That would be cool. Now that we know he likes chess.
Yeah, I love chess. I fucking
What about
I'm not
now
good at it.
you already told me this answer, but Whiskey was asking about your logo.
Yes, my logo, which is actually my banner of my Twitch channel. My actual logo would look completely weird on here, which is just pretty much the same thing as this, but instead of the little mane, it's a hook. That's pretty much the only difference. But
Mhm.
I have to give all props to Hatch. I didn't. He just came out of the blue and say, "Hey, look at these look at these things that I've randomly made out of the blues." I'm like,
Mhm.
Hey, Steely, hit me up as a friend. I'll make up some logos up for you tonight. I'm not kidding. Like I do. Amanda, do I not do this?
Mhm.
Yeah,
No, he
all
does
right.
editing.
I'll hook
He
you up.
does a
So
lot. Yeah.
and I'll even share my screen so you can like pick out and then even I can't even get you an intro. It's hard sending over, emails because unless you got a
yeah,
big enough email to, yeah, it's so annoying.
but
Mhm.
But
yeah, I
yeah,
had to
but the
get.
logo I could definitely hook you up with.
Yes. And I
I
think
had to,
that's really cool what Hatch did. And then he also has a friend that he can hook us up with. And he's on Twitter. I can't remember his name at the moment. Because my
I can't
phone's
remember
not
his
here.
name either.
Yeah. But again, it's nice to know that, hey, if you need this or that, everyone is going to be supportive of you.
Yeah.
And so again, I think it's great that, Dex, who does all the calling and is wanting to help someone who's on the Twitter side. And then,
Dex is the worst.
oh,
He
gosh.
won't send any photos online, so I don't like
I
him.
mean, well, that's sad.
Nah, he
man.
lives. Him and Lung live near me. We're gonna be chilling.
Well,
We're gonna.
then y'all need to meet up.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
We're gonna. I'm gonna get like a GoPro and have Dex when he's like just killing me and Lung fleas in the freaking go-kart races because my eyes are bad, so I'm just gonna be like crashing on the side. The guy's gonna be like,
then you're gonna
get over
yeah.
here, you're out.
Well,
You
you're already
can't
blind
see
anyway,
anything.
aren't you? Yeah.
Well, I'm legally blind, yes. But
I'm also
like,
legally blind.
but like they're not gonna test my eyes when I jump in a go-kart. So
No,
like,
you're gonna be having a good
yeah.
time. No, that's great. Oh, and thank you, Whiskey. Here's the guy, Jordy the artist. Thank you, Whiskey. Appreciate that. We knew we couldn't remember, and I've heard his name many times, and but yes, and I've seen Jordy's the artist work on Twitter, and he does a great job. And I think we might have to borrow him for a few things, but again, Scanflix does a great job with editing and video, and so
Why
if
you
you
gotta
do
keep telling everyone that? You keep giving me
because
more
you
work.
do a great job. You do a
So I
great
get more
job.
work? Oh, jeez.
Well, I
You're
don't want you to
pimping me
get
out.
more
Do you
work.
get money?
Well,
Do you get like some sort of
yeah.
payment every time I do a job? Because I do all sorts of free shit, and all of a sudden you seem to have extra money.
Yeah, no, I don't have a lot of money, but also Whiskey does
I
a lot
see
of
that
stuff.
background.
Mary,
You're rich.
well, no, I'm not rich at all. This
Look at
is
me.
not my house.
Look at me. I'm living in
This
a
is
freaking
not
shed
my
over
house.
here. There's my toilet. I mean, there's my toilet. Everything else. I mean, I'm living.
Oh no, this is
Look,
not my
there's my
house.
toilet. I just got a picture of Steely over here, and I'm hoping he can replace it because that's an old picture of him.
Yeah, he needs to. He needs to.
That's what I look at when I'm taking a poop. I'm just like, one day I'm gonna look like this guy.
Oh my gosh, Gamflix.
And then we hang out on the bunk beds together once in a while. Over here, sorry, over here, over on this side. These are bunk beds.
I like that. I like bunk beds.
So we do hang out a lot.
I think that's really cool. I mean, the relationship that you have with so many people, I'm jealous of you, Flix. I'm jealous.
I mean, this is probably at least the second time I hung out with Steely.
I know. See, I'm jealous because I haven't hung out.
No,
with
I don't know how many times I hung out with Steely. Probably a bunch, but
I'm everywhere, so no doubt.
Yeah, but anyway,
no, I mean, but do you?
I want to hear you. I want to hear you say that you're jealous of me.
I am jealous.
That felt pretty good.
Yes, I am jealous of you, Flix, and I'm jealous of Steely. But again, that jealousy doesn't lead to like rage. It leads to, okay, I've got a little competition here, which isn't a bad thing. Like
it just makes you want to leave your husband for me, so that way you got all the hookup.
Well, you know what? I've thought about it.
See, I knew it.
Yeah, I've thought about it, but
I told you, Steely. We were talking. I was telling Steely about this the other night secretly. He didn't want to believe it, but I was telling him, and he was like, "Oh shit, I don't believe it." I don't believe it.
It's just I'm
gonna adopt her stepdaughter and a daughter. We're gonna get him a house up over I ain't gotta go much more, but we got property. My family's got property. All right. Okay, so it'll be fine.
But then the only thing is, what about Mary?
Well, Mary is definitely gonna be sleeping in my bed, and then you can sleep on the other side.
Hey, okay, all right. I see how it is. All right.
Well, I gotta get up to pee a lot though, so I couldn't sleep in the middle. I'm just gonna be honest.
I understand. Hey, I
someone
understand.
that drinks a lot of alcohol.
Yeah, well, you gotta go when you gotta go. Now, Steely, do you ever do like any camping, or are you fishing, or do you watch TV? What do you
I
do?
asked him about fishing.
I know.
And
But again,
something. He said no.
okay, sorry. I
The
heard
world,
the chats.
the
I
world
heard the
comes to
chats.
the end. The world comes to the end, and he's gonna die. That's all I know.
No, he's actually. I think. Have y'all ever watched the show Alone?
Yes, a bunch of. I could
Okay.
definitely
Yeah, I
freaking kill
think
that
I
show.
Yeah, I've been my husband and I and my daughter have been watching it, and of course, we couldn't do that unless we were in a situation that we had to.
Oh, I could do that so easy.
Yeah.
No, not so easy. But I mean, for a few weeks, I could
Mhm.
easily do that. I am so good at fishing. And like the one girl that got a hook in her finger, I'm just like, dude, just rip it out. Like,
Mhm.
holy crap, you have fire right there. Just like, she's like,
Right.
It's not that
Mhm.
hard.
oh my
Right,
god.
right. So I mean, that's good that you both can do that.
I was a commercial fisherman and stuff. Like,
No,
so
that's
I'm like, oh
cool.
my
That's
gosh, like
cool.
I can, yeah,
So
I
Steely,
can hunt, I can freaking trap, I can snare wire, anything. Anyway,
okay. Well, good. Then I know where to go to
oh yeah.
when we have an
Well,
apocalypse.
you'll see a million cars blocking off this way and that way and that way.
I
You won't be able to.
know.
You just be like, I know scam flicks. Like,
Yeah, I'm
hey,
coming to your house.
get it to scam flick. Anyone that knows
Yeah.
scam flicks.
Well, first
Like,
I'll have
oh,
to go
yeah.
to my dad's, and then we can head up there.
Yeah.
And but again, Steely, I know we've asked the baiting things, but for break time, what do you actually do throughout the day? I mean,
So,
what does your day look like?
of course, I have to wake up first. That's the first step.
Mm, of course.
I just sleepwalk.
Yes, he does.
I mean, I'm drunk and high. Same difference.
Hmm.
Oh gosh, I gotta think of.
Drink some water
So
or
then,
hold
of
your
course,
breath. Okay, so Steely, go ahead.
I get prepared to go to school myself because I'm actually still a high school student, and nobody knows. I'm actually still in high
Oh,
school.
okay. So I knew you were 18, but I didn't. I thought you were out of school. That's cool.
I'm on my last semester.
Well, congratulations.
So I started school 1 year later, pretty much when I was 6 and not 5.
Oh, okay. So go ahead. I'm sorry.
Get that done. Come home and then eat. Take about an hour and a half or so. Stream into whatever time either I feel exhausted or
Mhm.
Hass gets on. Go watch Hass and fall asleep. That's pretty much my daily life.
I like that.
Did you say that you were in high school?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Last
Is your
semester.
mom is your mom married?
Yes.
Fuck. Okay, I'll
He
be
wanted a MILF.
and an awesome son. And an awesome son.
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
fuck.
There were 7 different children under your hands.
I know. I mean, Flix is just a flirt, He just
Because look,
he's a
I ain't the
flirt.
only child. I got 6 other siblings. Want to take those too?
Oh, wow. You come from a good sized family. Are
The
you
oldest-
We'll talk later.
Yeah, are you the oldest or the baby or
I'm the third oldest. The oldest is 30 and the youngest is 6.
Oh, wow. Now that is a good size difference, but
That's 24 years.
wow. But that's cool though. I mean, your mom, I applaud her for having 6 children and
7 actually.
7.
I
Okay.
have 6 siblings. There's 7 of us in total.
Wow. Yeah,
Because you want an eighth?
Oh my gosh. All right, let's go back to scam baiting. Whiskey has a question for
Way to
you.
ruin it.
Well, you
Yeah.
got to go back to, the actual questions here. What do they think of your scam baiting, Steely?
What do we mean by they?
Yeah, who's the they? Like,
Family.
yeah, probably
Family.
family.
Sorry, I'm
Yeah.
sorry, I'm hiccuping.
Yeah.
No, that's good. Yeah. So what is like, is your family involved?
Okay. I just confirmed that it was family.
And
So
are they, yeah. So tell us a little bit about their thoughts about it.
they ain't against it. They're just more like stay safe. That's pretty much it. They ain't against it. They're just be like stay safe.
Mhm.
That's pretty much the reaction to it. They ain't for it. They ain't against it. They're just like be safe.
Oh, so
Or,
it's like it's the same talk as the sex talk. All right.
Pretty
yeah.
much.
Yeah.
Use protection.
Or don't, wait until you're married. That's
Use a
the,
VPN. I mean protection. I mean,
yes.
I get these things mixed up nowadays.
Yes. Yes. I mean, yeah, you got to have a right VPN, and there's some different ones. And I heard Azire is a good one. I've got Proton, but I'm going to change. And there's so many other ones that are really good. So yes, you definitely want to make sure you're protected. What else did they say? Or are they even interested in even trying it or no?
To be honest, I have told them what it is multiple times, and they still kind of don't understand what it is.
Okay.
They're just like a scammer. Like, what's this?
Mm, yeah. And then so yes. So I mean, again, I think that's a great question because it's always important to either have your family know what you're doing. My sister knows what I do, but my rest of my family don't know. So, and of course, my husband and my youngest, they don't want to be involved. My daughter was my youngest for a little while, but then she's like, nope, I'm not going to do it anymore. And I said, well, just as long as you're safe and that you're not going to get into a victim type of situation. But, if she ever does, she knows that we got her back, you know,
Yeah.
and that, we'll all be okay. But again, it's just, um, trying to think of some other questions, but now they're kind of going out of my head. Whiskey, thanks for asking those questions. And Flix, do you have any other ones? Your
Well, I
internet.
mean, clearly, I want to know how much he drinks, considering he's
Mm, okay, that's a good question.
Oh shit! Hold on.
What? Okay.
All right, can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay. So you're in high school. How much do you
Yep.
drink on a normal week?
Alcohol free.
Oh, all right. What about
That's
so?
good.
So are you one of those guys sober on life? I did that for a couple weeks, and then
Alcohol free, drug free, weed free. I, I've been
you're not smoking any of those
cigarette
fucking
free.
retarded vapes, right? I didn't mean to say the R word. Sorry, if
Yeah,
anyone, but
let's. No,
I
it's
hate the stupid vapes. Like they actually kids think
mhm.
like so many kids think that they're actually healthier for you than cigarettes, and it's not.
Now here's a good question. I didn't even think I was thinking about technical, and I didn't even ask this. Does Steely stream from his phone, or does he have the phone duplicated on his computer?
So of course I have a burner phone, which is what I stream off of, but the computer controls everything else. So the only thing the phone is doing is showing Twitter. The computer is doing everything else. Overlay, chat, and everything else.
Oh, nice.
No, that's good. That's good.
Good deal.
Because, like, when you were setting things up, what were you thinking of, or how were you thinking you were going to do that with Twitch? Or do you think you're going to, um, change your setup differently throughout time? Or
definitely throughout time, my setup is eventually going to increase over time when I actually have the funds to actually upgrade my setup to what it is now.
Okay. Because Whiskey's saying, what does that setup look like?
It simply does about a 20-inch phone with a 40, 38, 40-inch screen computer. That's about my setup.
Mm-hmm.
And that's I have the stream pulled up in the creative dashboard on the computer where I can control everything from the computer side.
Mm-hmm.
Have everything I need from my Google Sheets, the Twitter ID Twitter ID thing, and that's everything that I need that's on the computer setup. So I just click from tab to tab, get the information I need, and put it all in one set location. That's how I end up reading chat, getting the information from the scammers, getting their ideas, and put it all on the Google Sheets. It's all through the computer. The only thing the phone's for is Twitter.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was gonna show a picture.
So, Steely, what's the normal days you stream and whatnot?
So the normal days, my schedule is cool. It's Monday through Friday. Take Saturday off and stream Sunday.
Okay, so Sundays. All right. What
Mhm.
time? What time
Uh,
Easter time? Just so I know.
so
So
I'm
my head, my math, that's my spelling. Sorry, I'll be honest about it though.
so Monday through Friday would be CST, so Central Standard Time.
Okay,
We're starting at 5 o'clock.
you can't
Hmm.
translate
CS.
that into the Eastern time for me, so I don't fuck up. I mean, mess up.
Eastern Time now would be an hour later, so it'd be 6 o'clock.
You couldn't have done that for me. He's like, you gotta ask specifically twice.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then Sundays it would be around 11 or 12 EST or 10, 11 CST.
All right, that's what
Okay.
I'm up. Okay, yeah.
The
I'm up,
only
I'm up more normally in the later hours.
Yeah, because normally he'll give us like a 15-minute heads up. He'll say, "Oh, I'm streaming in 15 minutes," and I'm just like, I need more time. And so, are you going to go ahead and put that on your schedule, like how we can on Twitch, so that way everyone knows when you're going to be
Yeah,
on?
we'd all love to watch it. And
Mm.
honestly, just private message me, like friend. I think we're friends, but if not, friend me after this,
Mm-hmm.
and friend Katie. Well, Katie and Amanda. But I'll promote it, in different channels, and I'll also promote it on my Twitter, which has like 204 other like Scambaiters. Well, they're not all Scambaiters, but people like watch Scambaiters. So
That's
yeah.
it'll be
yeah.
something, a
Yeah,
little
we
something
gotta,
at least. So you just
yeah,
gotta tell me.
right.
The
Because if we get more time, then yes, then we can definitely
Yeah.
promote it.
So I don't mind helping. It'll take me like 2 minutes, to
Right.
yeah
copy.
the only
Paste.
difference in my schedule this week is I'm gonna take Friday off and do a 12-hour stream on Saturday, where I don't normally stream on Saturday and I normally stream
Oh
on
well, that
Friday.
sounds like fun. Oh, so
I know, but
you're
that's
taking a vacation for
yeah.
working 12 hours? You jerk! You and
I
your
know. How
vacations. I'm
dare
getting
he?
sick of it. It's
How dare
ridiculous.
he?
But the
See,
schedule will be
he
back to
doesn't know
normal
how to work.
Sunday.
Does he doesn't know how to
That's what
work?
I'm trying to say. He doesn't know how to be
I
a
know.
scammer. He's constantly got a job. You got to quit your job and sit at home and live with your parents, and maybe you make it. I'm just kidding.
That's right.
If I quit high school, I would be
Damn
cool.
straight, Whiskey.
And
No,
not be a scammer.
yeah. No, I mean he's right. But actually, here's a good question from Whiskey. You're graduating from high school. What's next? Without getting personal. Thank you, Whiskey.
Well, it's kind of hard not to get personal with that. But
Well, I mean, like, are you going to college? Are you going to go to
okay, all
VoTech?
right.
No.
Keep it
Are you
very
going to
vague. Very
right?
vague. All right.
Yeah, like do you plan on further, in your career into something IT, tech, or whatever? What's your
So the future of this is going to. I will continue streaming. That is a obvious,
Mhm.
obvious thing. That's obvious.
Right?
But after high school, I would eventually end up getting a job as a kennel assistant, which is a very chill job as it is. You pretty much work 4 days, and then work a half a day one day and off 2 different days.
Mm.
So my schedule is pretty much would be free working as a kennel assistant. It's only a 9 to 5, off Thursday and Sunday, and a half a day Saturday. So pretty much I've had quite a bit of time on my hands on those 3 days. So pretty much after high school, get a job, continue streaming, and that's really the future.
Well, that's awesome.
Well, yeah, good for you, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, at least you got a plan. You need
Yeah.
a plan. If you don't have a plan, let me trust me, you'll end up like me.
Mhm.
You need
No,
a
I think
fucking
that's
plan, man.
right.
Always have a plan.
And
Well,
my
I'm
plan
just go
and
ahead.
my
I'm
plan
sorry.
has always changed. So in the last few years, my plans have
Good.
changed
I'm
from one
happy for
thing,
you.
and they've always been around the same idea.
Mm.
It's never been like, oh, I went from
It doesn't matter as long as you got a plan, though. You know what I
Mhm.
mean?
yeah,
And
As
I
long as
think
you
that's
get that
true.
down
Just
beat.
well, and I think if that plan helps you financially, to pay the
Well,
bills and all that
yeah,
kind of stuff,
you gotta look at a job that'll make you happy, though. I mean, you can
yes,
always
yeah,
pay the fucking.
yes,
You can pay the bills working at McDonald's. You know what I'm
of
saying?
yeah,
course,
You find something that makes you happy, like you actually enjoy working it. That's what you do. I mean,
yes.
I could go and get a job with McDonald's right now and pay the bills. It's not a big deal.
Hmm.
You do something that makes you feel happy, and that's what you go for.
No,
and yeah,
that's true, and
Even if it doesn't pay much. I didn't mean to keep it you off, man. Sorry.
no, it's okay because that's what I've told my daughter. I told her exact
Yeah,
same thing.
I've
You
had the
want
story of my
to,
niece. Yeah.
you want to be happy and doing something that you truly love. And if you don't like it,
Exactly.
then you can always change because there's going to be pros and cons about jobs anyway. But,
yeah,
again, it's just finding your, something that you're really, truly happy and
Yeah, that's
that
smart.
you're passionate about and
Mm.
that you're just really geared for, like what
yeah,
gives you that drive and that momentum, to get there. And so, I mean, same thing like what Whiskey was saying is that Steely, as an older person, follow your passion, be inspired to get up in the morning and feel fulfilled at the end of the day. Simon Sinek, I think how you say that name, but that's true. You want to, like my mom always said, I wish this person had more drive. But she was more on her plan, not on that person's plan. So, again, it's you do what makes you happy. Don't do what other people expect you to do.
yeah. And I've never been like that because well, I'm a carefree person. Hell, it's
Mhm.
like you can call me anything but late to dinner, and I care less.
Yeah,
It's like I've never been an in the box person. I've always been outside the box. Like,
that's
yeah,
cool.
I have my own free space.
No, that's good. And then like if your siblings, following your same footsteps, or if they don't, that's totally cool. I
Yeah,
totally
I
understand.
I've always been in the box like Schruminger's uh cat. What is it? What's his name?
Oh,
Which is a horrible thing to say, but I'm just getting around. But if the cat's in the box and it was gas
are
release,
you talking about
you,
Simon's cat?
no,
Um,
the
Stringers.
it's a theory.
Yeah,
quantum theory.
yeah, I know who you're talking about, but
Uh,
It's all about quantum theory. You don't know
yeah.
if
yeah.
the cat's
Anyway, it
dead or
doesn't
alive.
matter. We can be. I think
I'm a
it's
science
string
nerd.
horns. Anyway, yeah. I was
It's
supposed to be
late
a
and I
joke
can't
to you
even
guys for
remember.
this laugh at right away, but I couldn't even remember the name, so how are you gonna laugh at it? I'm I thought it was in my head, but it wasn't. So
No, it's okay.
anyway,
It's
you
okay.
understood what I was talking about, though, right?
Mhm.
Steely?
Yeah.
But Steely's smart.
If it's
Yeah,
sauce
we
related,
get
I
you.
probably know it.
Good deal. Yeah, you got it. That's all that matters.
Well, I think
Anyway.
it's good to think outside the box too. I'm probably more in the box, kind of like Scamflix is.
No,
And
that's not a good analogy to. Well, I mean, not for the cat anyway.
yeah, that's true.
Don't go by
But
that.
I mean, but I try to think differently. You know, I try to use my brain cells to try to
Yeah.
think, okay, what can we do? And that's kind of what, what can, as we as scam baiters can do differently.
And
Yeah,
help
look,
each other. And
it's like I'm
get
crazy,
stuff
but
out.
I'm also logical.
So that's cool.
Exactly.
So, I mean, Steely, what do you kind of think that what could we do differently as scam baiters to help fight? Like, have you? Because I mean, like you said, you want to keep doing this, and I think
Yeah.
that's awesome. So, have you kind of thought or written some things down, going, okay, this is what I think needs to be done because it hasn't been done before.
Yeah,
You
and this is what it's actually going to help erectile dysfunction
Yeah.
because I've been looking for something. I'm just kidding. I'll shut up.
Well, I think they also need things for women.
But seriously, if you have
because
some idea, just
well,
fucking
actually,
text
I
me.
have called those companies and they don't have anything for women. I'm like, what's the deal here? You have it for ED, but you don't have it for women. What's the deal? This is not fair. Come on. So, yeah. But again, Steely, have you we're coming back to the actual question. Like, what do you think that we need to do a little differently this year than we've done before? And then Vision has a good question too.
So the best thing that I could say that we could do different is, to be honest, probably the best thing is diversify, to become more not one type of scam being dependent, but spread around, being able where instead of one person's doing this, multiple people know the idea of how to do it.
Mhm.
Instead of just one person that mastered at that skill, but have multiple people know how to do the skill.
Mhm.
More diversified, more where it's like, if we need it, we can have multiple people going out and doing a specific type of scam. Or if we really need it, the group can come together and go after one specific type of scam.
Mhm.
It's just more like giving the community the information that we can diversify between each other to make each other better baiters as a whole.
Mhm.
So diversify the information. That's pretty much what I'm getting at.
No, I think that's I like that answer. So that's good. Vision has a question. Steely, have you ever had an advanced fee scam flip into a romance scam? Very good question.
Actually, yes. This is actually a funny one.
Okay.
It's because of sins is why it happened.
Because of sin?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. How? Okay, you gotta tell us all about this.
Okay.
Okay.
So the dude name was the person. He didn't have a profile picture or anything, so it started off with advanced fee. I ended up getting the fee from him. So I just said, I want to get the community involved. So, hey, Sins, you got any idea? Let's just say we got to the point where he wanted to go over to Instagram. We ended up getting to the where we was on Instagram. We ended up turning the dude on by absolutely accident. And then he finally, we revealed to the dude, it was like, yeah, I am horny, but not at you, but two girls on Snapchat. I'm like, oh God,
Oh man.
Where's this going to go?
Yeah.
And at that point, I closed Instagram. Like, I ain't going back to that. I ain't going to see what I'm going to see. And luckily, he didn't respond back. I'm so glad.
I bet. I bet. Now, so I would think that is that your weirdest scam that you've dealt with, or is there another weird one that you want to share with us?
That is probably the weirdest scam I have ever dealt with. And I also say about one of the stupidest scams I ever dealt with was Jack Cobb or whatever his name is.
Mm.
So I made this dude earlier in the day. This dude ends up please help me. Can you help me with money? You know the government's bad. I just need help. I'm like, nope, I ain't helping you. Go on with yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just say Hatch baits him little later in the afternoon. Plays off like nothing fucking happened.
Mm.
He didn't give no remorse to Hatch either. After Hatch reveals, he didn't say shit.
Oh, man.
It's like, it does say that dude got suspended the day afterwards. So I'm like, well, you get what you reap.
That's
You
true.
reap what you sow.
You sow what you reap.
Yeah. But I mean,
I'm
again,
a Bible guy. I know the lines.
yes, that's awesome. I'm glad you do. All right. Now kind of explain us how, when you're going through a Twitter bait, how do you know if, like, say a sugar baby or sugar mama is for real? Like, have you ever experienced one that is for real that you kind of thought, this could be a scam? Or mostly, do you think all the sugar mamas and sugar daddies on Twitter are scams?
No doubt, every sugar daddy and sugar mama on Twitter is a scam. Every single one of them. No doubt in my mind.
Right. Because I mean, we've seen him so many on hatches. So basically, do you go ahead and just look for them? Is there like certain tags that you look for? How do you bait? Like, if you don't mind us asking. I mean, even though we've seen it, but do you mind telling viewers how do you do it?
So, like, how I look it up is how Hatch does it. Pretty much all you have to do is type in sugar daddy or sugar mama or sugar mama or sugar whatever mama. They spell it so many different ways. But you go in, you go down to the trees. Oh, this one has 7 replies. You scroll down, so you'll see like sugar daddy legit sugar daddy, sugar mama 5872, SD Michael, Bobby Dave, etc. etc. So you then message them. They will say, and it's all by the script. So after you say, have you ever had a sugar baby before? And then there's different directions after that. You either have ones that will do only PayPal. Those can be a little annoying. But I have gotten some of the PayPal ones who eventually swap over to Cash App, there's a Cash App. Those are 2 biggest ones, and then bank account info. But nowadays, since between me and Hatch, we have made it where they don't want to stay on Twitter anymore, and they would rather prefer to either go on iMessage, use your phone number, go on Telegram, or Google Chat. They have moved away from Twitter. If they're on Twitter, they want to leave Twitter so they don't get suspended.
Right, because the terms of service.
Yep.
Yes.
And they have to make some ridiculous story just to maybe just for them to turn their heads like, okay, we understand. So can we talk on here? Which I had that one happen. He wanted to talk on Telegram, but I kept on strictly just saying, I would not do it. I just nailed it in the head that I wouldn't download Telegram. Which I do have a Telegram, I just still tell scammers I do. Because if I do, they would instantly say, oh, here's my email, here's my phone number, go text me out there. And now I wouldn't get anything on them on Twitter. So You just have to nail it into the scam and say, I won't download this, I won't download that. And if they leave, then so well. You just have to catch them on another account, which I have 3 different base accounts on Twitter. So usually if one doesn't work, I usually will be able to get them on another one. And then eventually they'll just say, we'll send, and then you can tell this a scammer just by the amount. Like, oh, we'll give you $3,500 as your first payment and $3,000 weekly. It's like the minute you hear that, but and they give me the cash up and oh, now you have to pay a $15 fee or a $10 fee. Some have gone down all the way down to $5, or some have gone all the way up to $110 for a fee.
That's
Now,
a lot.
I would say there was something funny. I told Greek Nikki the Greek.
Yeah, she's everywhere. She's very passionate about.
Yeah, I told her that scammers never send money to scam baiters. Later that day, we had a scammer sent has $1. No joke. The same day I said scammers never give money to scam baiter. Hatch gets $1 from a scammer. It's like, do you trust me now?
That's true.
That was absolutely hilarious. That's the first time I ever seen it with my own 2 eyes. I'm like, seriously? That $1 probably refunded now, but it was still ridiculous. Right after I said that, not too long ago, Hatch ends up getting a $1 from a scammer.
Oh wow. Oh yeah, he did get it that. I remember. Yeah, I remember seeing that. It's just crazy. It's a crazy world we're living in.
Yep.
But again, I think it's great what you're doing. And I think, just keeping the, doing the Twitter, the social media, I should say. And then, doing everything you possibly can to help other victims. And then definitely reporting them is important.
Yep.
And, keeping a record and a log is also important. But I think with also who you're teaming up with is also incredible. So again, I think we're going to see a lot of great things this year for sure from you. And so again, it's kind of our time to probably wrap it up since I know we've been talking for almost an hour and a half, and I appreciate it. And I think that what is going to happen. But is there anything else that you want to share before we sign off? Something that we didn't ask, or something that we don't want to miss?
I guess I'll end off with this one little simple piece of information about how I started scam banning.
Okay.
So when I did first start scam banning with Hatch with the Twitter baiting, I was a website a follow up person. I followed up on his website, giving him the people who had the red dots every single day for like the first month. So that was my first taste of scam baiting, was checking up on the profiles. That was my first taste of it.
And that's cool. I think that you're really helping them out. And I think that's important. I mean, that's teamwork.
Yep.
And, again, that's why, I know some people get a little frustrated when they say, well, I don't have a dialer. I want a dialer. And we're like, you don't have to have a dialer. You can team up with us. And,
exactly.
Because we had a situation like that come up, and, we just said, hey, that's why we're a team, and just like with the Twitter baiting, you don't have to have a phone, but you still work, you need a phone or a computer to do it, but also to make sure you're safe and, have a VPN and have your certain characters in place.
Yep.
But again, I think what you're doing is amazing, and I can't wait to see how things grow. And I'm so glad that you've already have so many followers now in a very short amount of time. You're just going to keep growing. And so again, thank you so much for all you're doing. And thank you for coming on tonight. We really do appreciate it. And we
problem.
appreciate you sharing your story. And Flix, thank you for joining us. KDA,
Oh,
we thank her for coming on. She had to have a short stay, but we appreciate her. And Flix, you're always welcome. Steely, you're always welcome to come on anytime that you want. And again, we want to thank everybody in chat and the ones that also listen to us later on. We want to thank them. But Steely or Scamflix, do y'all have? Well, Steely's already said some things, but Scamflix, do you have anything to sign us off on?
All I gotta say is, I think we all gotta work together. And Steely Dan, I was gonna call you. I just took another pill. I got 2 grounds put in, so I shouldn't be drinking with it, but I'm taking another pill. But
Yes, he's a
anyway,
king now.
I
He's a
think
king.
but anyway, I think you're awesome. Freaking hit me up if you want to collaborate with anyone. I mean, I know, Boda, fun guy. Mary. I mean, and she's probably the best out of all of them. And she will definitely do a collab with you. And I'm telling you, if you do a collab with Mary, it'll be golden. And I'm not even fucking with you.
Yes.
I don't mean to explain. I'm not even mess with you. Like it'll probably be your best video. I'm not kidding. She's so good with
She
clicking with
is.
people.
She
She can
is,
click
and I want to have those 3 phone calls
So-
that I have put on
So you
today.
just
We need to
hit
get
me up.
those in a. We got to get those
Yeah.
on Team SDS.
Because she's my online wife. She always plays my wife
Mhm.
online. And it's nothing weird, It's just
Yeah.
she plays my wife. Yeah. So like I can get her I can talk to her. We talk all the time. I can get her to help you out, but
It's like
and then I can be like the ex-boyfriend, ex-husband coming in, being like, where's my no, but I'll be asking for the alimony check because I was the poor one and
Yes.
she was making money. Where's my alimony check? Oh, you guys aren't married yet. I get my alimony check. I
That's
was
right.
used to a certain standard of living.
Wait a minute, but you don't yell at him. How dare you? He was talking. He was talking. Listen to me.
Some ideas. So definitely hit me up,
Listen. Yeah, I mean,
DM.
because she'll say, "I'm talking," but the way she says it is just so calming. And then you have
I
Flex
love
who
it.
come in is like, "Where's my dinner?" And then Hank also helps too. And Hank
Hank's
has, so again, thanks to everybody who scam baits, who's a fan, who watches, who promotes, who talks about scam baiting, but also who does everything from the background to also Pia Bria on the streamers. Again, we applaud everyone and we appreciate what everyone's doing. But kudos to those that we talked about today. And again, everyone, I hope you have a great night. And thank you guys for joining with us tonight. We appreciate it. And now let's try to go raid Hatch. He's an awesome dude. And so again, take care, everyone. Definitely have a great night. Be safe, have fun, and let's go get those scammers, everybody. Have a good night.
Good night. I love you, Steely.
I love you too.
Yes. So much love. So much love. All right. We're going to end it off. Thank you, everyone.